Good morning. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage on your side, your wisdom guided oracle, and we're having coffee in my beautiful Spring Savage mug from Savage Acres. We don't really call it that, but we could have. And it is in full bloom, as is the whole valley and much of the Northern Hemisphere right now. And others in the Northern Hemisphere are suffering, as my friend Julia just told me, wildfires in New Jersey already, and other tornadoes and disasters. Let's send our love and good intentions and peace and comfort to those who are suffering as a result of the weather changes. It is never pleasant. But like I say, there's always things to be learned by us. We are the ones who do the work. No one else does it. And hence the title of this, the meat suit and dowsing. This is the meat suit, the bodysuit, the vehicle. Meat suit's a little crass, but it's also something that'll catch people's eye. I don't particularly love that name, but it is truly what it is. And it is a dowsing tool? Well, yes. We are the discerners. We are the ones. I'm going to have a sip of coffee. Okay, I'm going to confess. I came downstairs at 4:30, did some stuff, sat back down in my chair and fell asleep till about 15 minutes ago. And I am not good at being late to things. And it takes me a while, certainly, just like I'm sure you, to wake up. But I don't like to be late and have to rush. And so that was another reason I used to get up early. So I had plenty of time to do what I wanted to do. So this puts me a little frantic. So I will take the deep breath, and we're going to talk about how this body is a dowsing tool. It is the discernment, but we have the opportunity to discern much, and we do. Discernment is the knowingness, the settling in of the truth for you, or what you know is good and not good for you. Most all of us have been taught not to trust us, that we were bad, that we were dirty, that we were sin when we came into the world. Nothing in life has taught us, most of us, to trust us, to believe in us, particularly if, we were young kids and we started being able to do something well, and we would tell people about it, and we'd be told, don't boast about that. That's boastful. You don't tell people how good you are at something. It's like, oh, okay. Instead of encouraging them to own what they could do with humility. Everybody has different abilities. Even those who seem to have no physical ability often have so much enhanced ability. And I'm talking about those that were born with like cerebral palsy or autism, or the things that we often deem as a disability. And so we want to remember that this vehicle is a way for us to get our truth and understand what our next step is. In the fact that everything in us is energy, we are energy, our emotions, words, thoughts, and beliefs are energy. We really want to give credence and start paying attention to the feelings we have, pay attention to our emotions, which create our thoughts, and then be aware of what it is we're thinking in order to start building the trust within ourselves. The trust that we can receive. So the first, this is gorgeous, from the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. The first card coming in is the Faith card. Have faith. And that faith is in you, is in the fact. Good morning, Julia. Yes, blessings to all who are suffering. I had not turned the chat so I could see it. Faith that you are able, you are worthy, you aren't any different than anyone else's worthiness. It is only in the socialization, the beliefs, some of the stuff we brought in from our past lives and from our ancestors that have created this notion that we don't have incredible power, that we cannot discern and get the guidance we need to walk through this world as the beacons of light that we were meant to be, sharing that higher vibration. Have faith. That is the first, somewhere, it wasn't the Bible, it was a poster I had years ago. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. a while ago, I was doing a healing on a woman, and I had a dream years ago that I was white buffalo calf woman. I didn't even know who that was, looked it up and went, oh, she's a powerful healer in the indigenous tradition. And it's like, oh, I love that. But I'm not telling anybody that because they're going to think I'm full of myself and that I'm arrogant and da 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 da. Because I'm not that, but I do channel that energy. I do channel white buffalo calf woman. My youngest granddaughter's in love with unicorns, and of course, they're always fun and sparkly. I am part smoke, part sparkle. And so I was doing a healing, and another woman came in because my friend had had some surgery, and this woman was bringing her food and stuff. I didn't know the woman. And so I said, you're welcome to stay, here, and I'll finish up. And so I finished up the healing, and she went, wow, the woman I didn't know, that was really beautiful. Can you tell me about the white buffalo that's with you and the unicorn? And I cracked up. I said, well, the white buffalo is definitely an affirmation of what I get to bring through. And the unicorn, I did not know about. Well, the unicorn kind of keeps showing up. Did I believe in unicorns? Well, not till now. Um, does it matter whether I believe them or in them or not? No, they still exist. And if I choose to believe in them, they're an energy and they're a magical energy. And this particular unicorn told me their name was Henry. I went, okay. And I really didn't talk much with Henry, but there's been so many little things going on that I decided to start including Henry in my daily check-in with my guides, angels, companions. So that's the faith that I was given that information. I'm going to trust it and I'm going to utilize it in whatever way I feel it is necessary, that I discern. Good morning, Jeannie. Um, Jeannie and Julia will meet in less than 2 weeks at that lovely reunion. So have faith. And the second Dreams of Gaia card came up in, it is the Four of Earth. And the girl has to get her glasses on. It is about being willing to take the slow road, slow and steady progress. Most of these things that we are cultivating and learning, they're not happening overnight. Now, honestly, I'm not plugging the retreat, except I do have one space left. A retreat setting accelerates the expansion, the growth, the understanding of who we are. And, my goal is for people to take and run with the tools and that truth as they walk away, not just feel good during that week, because the whole point of the week is introducing the volume of opportunities and offerings, but may begin to create a habit in them of utilizing them one step at a time. Rest and recharge. Do not falter. Fear and doubt slow forward momentum. So in the trust of you, the fear and doubt will slow you down. Once you accept the truth of who you are and you start allowing your body to participate. And as I've said and taught many times, the muscle testing technique is a really great first step in beginning to trust you and trust your answers. Will you fail sometimes? Yes, we are human. Everything is not going to work perfectly, but it's like anything else. Intuition is like a muscle. The more you practice it, the stronger it gets. The more you use the muscle testing tool, the stronger your trust gets and the more accurate you are with it. The next card comes up from Earth Magic. This is Earth Day. And so I thought the Earth Magic and the messengers from your spirit guides, which are the animals, would be appropriate. So we're talking about the meat suit, discernment, trusting ourselves. Welcome to my channel. If you have never been here before, please like and subscribe. Shape-shifting, the clouds. And that's what happens when we really start to trust our gifts and our abilities. We shapeshift, we change, and we are being so prompted right now to step into the changing world of our physical body. Many people are finding they're having symptoms, heart symptoms, which is the heart opening. They're having physical symptoms, dizziness, nausea, some flare-ups of um, autoimmune and other things like that, because our body's being stimulated to shift, to change. And the acceptance of that without fear and without resistance is going to make that more quicker. This card says reflection. And again, we were told to slow down, and that certainly is the time of reflection. But with the card that just came up with the shifting places of the body, I invite you to go back to some that you've had in the last couple months and go, okay, what is here besides a slowdown? What is here for me to learn and grow with? What is this producing within me? It absolutely is the truth that nothing happens without a reason. Everything is happening for me unless I want to be in the victim. Why does this keep happening to me? And when my hip went back out and did its thing a couple months ago, I went right to that. I was bummed. I was pissed off at God, and I whined. And then 3 days later, realized the neck pain, and it was significant, that I was suffering was gone. The low back, you would touch either side of my spine on my low back, and it was so sore. It was bitey. That was gone. And the pain, the fascia pain I'd been having over my foot was gone. That one comes back. I haven't been doing the exercises that I need to do for it. So that's the message. Do it. Good fortune and abundance will be. So be willing to receive all good things in your life. The ladybug, good fortune and abundance. Who doesn't need more of that? Abundance isn't just money, remember. It's friends, it's experiences, it's life. And the ladybug tells you, be ready for the good. You deserve the good just as much as anyone else. There's nothing you have to be or do in order to deserve the good. You are enough. Start accepting the truth of you in power. Um, a while back, I was doing a psilocybin journey. In fact, I did one on the Sunday to just try out the psilocybin that I will be using in a little while, using with a group. And so at the end of this journey, I was told, know your power. You need to know your power. And like, I get a little impatient when I hear that. It's like, really, really, I am willing to know my power, but I don't know what that is. Give me a sign. Show me my power. And I happen to be standing in a river, and I'd been working on releasing anger throughout the day, unexpressed anger. So I sob it out on the bank, and then I'd go in the river and let it wash away. So I was standing in the river, and the vision that came to me were just hundreds of little fishes coming up, because it was late September, early September, late summer. And that was a very fished out place. We'd seen no fish, no minnows, and in the evening, nothing hitting the surface. So there were no signs of fish available or around. And so I went, yeah, that would be a great sign. Just show me. And I was on the bank. I got in the river, and it was, like 5 o'clock, and it was very clear. And I'm standing there with my arms like this, just enjoying the feeling of the post journey. And all of a sudden I jumped, and this trout, probably 14 inches long, just came lazily moving on in front of me. And when I jumped, it didn't startle. And I went, really, God? Always a version of the sign that I think is going to come. And, God has a great sense of humor and is pretty much a smart ass with me, because I can be a smart ass. And I like that kind of humor. So, know that you are able to receive. It isn't some big mystery, except that you are your biggest mystery. And so it is in the uncovering of you that you learn to begin to trust. The last card coming up is the polarities. It is the cardinal. The polarities of your spiritual pursuits and physical pleasures are out of balance. We definitely want to come into a place of balance, and specifically as it affects this meat suit. Remember, we are the discerners. We are the bringers of truth. So taking care of this, feeding it what it needs, and diminishing those aspects, those products maybe that you may be taking in that maybe aren't as high vibe and aren't as lovely on our health status. I'm not saying to you, stop all those things that you do, because that, for me, that's like that. Oh, yeah? Well, I'm going to do more of it. That's just kind of that obstinate child like in me. But diminish, intend. I'm open, willing, and ready to stop this thing that I may be doing, or to diminish it, to lower it, to increase the health in my body. Maybe it's a way that you've been eating or drinking, or not walking, not doing the stuff that keeps the body moving. Our fascia is an incredible part of our body, and it's that really thin membrane that kind of holds everything together. It also holds old emotions and stuff. So be open, willing, and ready to ask, especially where dysfunction feels like it lies in your physical body. What emotion is here? What understanding do I need? I am open, willing, ready. Guide me to this understanding of what it is that needs to go and how I can do that. I believe that when my hip went back out, because it's lovely now, and all those other things ensued, because the way I had started eating in January decreased the inflammation, because that hip had been in a bad position for 12 years, apparently, because of all that was going on as a result that stopped the minute it went back into position. Did it feel good? No. And it did not feel good for a couple weeks. I had to be very careful. Often the things we need to learn, the way we need to change, comes in things that are less than comfortable in our lives. So my advice is quit whining, open, willing, ready, connect, and then trust your mind to receive, trust in the things that will come. People will say things, billboards will show up, a television show will say the words that you need. It will come from so many different aspects. Anne, welcome. Anne is a massage therapist, also coming to the retreat. I'm so excited to meet her and her sister. This is going to be epic. I know. I am so excited. So be willing to receive what you can. Know that your body is the discerner of truth, lies, yes, no, what is good, what is not. I do have a short muscle testing video that's a few years old. So if you get it, forgive the blue hair. But utilize the tool and practice it, because that is practicing the trust in you, and that expands it. I think we are complete for this beautiful morning in spring. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage on your side, your wisdom guided oracle. Until we meet again.